Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Truuman podcast, the podcast designed to create a generation of self-defined men. Today, I'm going to be talking about goal setting, why I think it's important, what I think is currently wrong with it, and how you can set your goals across the Truuman process. So, first and foremost, let's retouch on the Truuman process. So, we look at the 8 pillars that we have decided that we feel make a well-rounded individual and man. So they are fitness, finance, family, friends, personal development, career, recreation, and environment. So those are the 8. Now, what we have started to see and what we have started to find is that we are getting a lot of off the shelf goals, shall we say. So, goals that might be perceived in the media, that might be seen on social media, or sort of, I guess, easy to say that's what I want to achieve goals with not much thought going into why or how or when. So the first thing when it comes to goal setting is probably potentially something that you've already heard already and something that you may already be aware of, but SMART goals. So something that is measurable, something that is achievable, something that is relative, and something that is time sensitive. So during the Trueman program, we work on a 6-month sort of program. So the whole concept is every 6 months we look to increase and improve our circle of those 8 pillars. So when it comes to those 8 goals, what we need to be looking at is something that is achievable but stretching, obviously, but something that's measurable and something that's time sensitive. So a lot of the sort of stuff that we're getting is people coming at it from, I want to earn £10,000 in a month, which is great, right? Like, I think it's really important that I sort of get this across. If you have an ambition and you have certain goals and that you want to achieve them, there is no wrong goal. But what we're finding is that they are not aligned with you personally. So I want to earn £10,000 a month, right? Now that goal, I know where that goal comes from. It comes from barrages of social media ads saying it's easy to earn £10,000 a month. All you need to do is follow my simple formula and pay me 99,999,999, as some famous comedian might have said in the past. But that is the problem, right? You're being fed that is an easy and achievable goal, so therefore you think that it's an easy and achievable goal, and it's something that you want to achieve. Those two things aren't the same. So let's look at it how I would break it down, right? So we are trying to set these goals for these 8 pillars. The first thing that we need to do, and the first thing that we need to sort of put into place with the Trueman process is habit forming. So through those pillars in that sort of first month, we want to start to create some sort of habit forming. So this might be as simple as walking X amount of steps a day, drinking X amount of water a day, not drinking coffee, whatever it might be. It's something that is achievable and attainable within that first month. That's the main focus of it. The next focus is to question our goals and sort of explore other opportunities and other options to those. So, for example, I want to earn £10,000 a month, right? Is the goal that you want to achieve in 6 months. A lot of people come to us nowhere near that. So going from there to there in 6 months is impossible. It's not an achievable goal. So it's not achievable in the time frame. So it's not an achievable goal. So we need to break that down. So the first thing is to question why it's 10,000, right? So a really good way of doing that is spend it, virtually spend it. So you put together a spreadsheet and you say, go onto Rightmove, you go onto Auto Trader, you go to look at clothes, you go to look at restaurants, and you spend it. You find the house that you want to live in. You find the car you want to drive. You look at the clothes you want to buy. You look at the watch you want to buy. You look at the restaurants you want to eat in. You want to look at the activities that you want to do, and you tot it all up. How much did you spend in a month? And you'll be shocked, because I'll give £100 to anyone who comes to me with exactly 10,000. That's the point, right? Is that 10,000 is an arbitrary number that's picked out of thin air because it's not thought about. So it might be 9,999 or 10,001, or it might be 50,000, or it might be 5,000. But without doing that, you don't know what the number is. You've just picked the number out of thin air and decided, I want to earn £10,000 a month. I don't want to earn £10,000 a month. I've done this many times, and my spreadsheet is well past £10,000 a month. So it doesn't make sense for everyone to earn £10,000 a month, because it just doesn't work like that. So you need to actually set that out and challenge that goal. And then that goes for other things as well, right? So like when it comes to environment, a lot of the cliche ones are, I want to travel with work. I want to work and travel, right? Why do you want to do that? So for me, I want to work and travel. I want to do that because I want to explore new cultures. I want to explore new people. I want to be in places that are different. I find it very hard to settle. I find it very constraint to be in one place at a time. So for me, that's the reason that I want to travel, right? But for other people, it might be another reason. It might be one place. They might want to move to the south of France because they really like the culture, they really like the wine, they really like the food, they really like the people. But if you've not got a reason why, travel is just the most like, I travel to the office. It's on a train. I travel. It's a shit train and it's a shit journey, and it's not a place that you want to travel to. But just saying I want to travel is not a goal, right? So it's like, I want to go to Portugal. I want to go to Dubai. Why? It's always questioning why and sort of getting to the root cause of what that is. So another one and another example is your other cliche one. I want to get a six pack, or I want to be fitter. Neither of those are tangible, right? Neither of those make any sense. So to use fitness as an example, the reason that I go to the gym and the reason that I walk 10,000 plus steps a day is because I'm in a position right now where I'm single, so I don't have a partner, and kids for me are an impossible thought process right now. It's nothing that I can quantifiably put into my sort of timeline, because I don't have the other side of the equation to do that. But it is something that I know personally I want to have in the future. And I have friends right now that have kids that are sort of an age where they just run around aimlessly. And I go around and I play with the kids, and we like have fun in the garden and stuff like that. And I want to do that with my kids, right? So the goal for me is to stay in physical shape, that for when I do have kids, I'm able to do that. Completely different goal to I want a six pack. One is arbitrary, picked out of thin air. Another one is a thought out process into why I actively go to the gym 3-4 times a week and walk 10,000 steps plus a day, because I know what the bigger vision and the bigger sort of pull for me is, right? And all of these goals, right? It's all of these pillars. It's very easy and very quick and simple to pick something that you think's right, that you think makes sense, that you think you want, and then you aimlessly work towards it, and then you either don't hit the goal and you're defeated at the fact that you didn't hit the goal, but there's a underlying reason why you didn't hit the goal. It's probably because you didn't actually want to hit the goal, or you hit the goal and you're still unhappy. Like, I know many men in amazing shape, six packs, ripped, strong, good looking. They still searching for something. They still want something more because that wasn't the goal, because they never thought about it. They just aimlessly consumed content and kept working and kept working and kept working. And on the flip side of that, I know men that earn many thousands of pounds a month and are miserable because that wasn't their goal. Like, it's all about holistically looking at you as a person and what it means to you in all of those things. Now, a guy in his 20s and a guy in his 40s are going to have different goals because life is different. And that is the point of the 6 months, right? We do the 6 months, we test it, we look, we change, we tweak, and then we reassess, because that's the whole purpose of this, is like continual growth, continual life development and contentment. And it's always going to change. Right now, single. I'm going to have a family in the future. Like, goals will change based on that. I'm going to be in different countries. Goals will change on that. I'm going to be speaking to different people. Goals will change on that. Relationships with friends will change because of me being in different places. There's going to be new goals on that. So it's always about adapting and changing. But the most fundamental important thing when it comes to goal setting is questioning why. Why is that my goal? So I want to run 5K. Well, why do you want to run 5K? Well, if I run 5K, I'll be fitter. So you want to be fitter, right? It's just digging down into that and just having that honest conversation with yourself. I want to earn £10,000 a month. Well, why do you want to earn £10,000 a month? Well, I want freedom. Well, what freedom do you want? Well, I want to travel. Well, why do you want to travel? I want to do this. Well, can you not do that for this and this? And before you jump into what you think is the solution and what you think is going to be the golden bullet or the thing that's going to change your life, might not be, because you've not actually thought about it. So what we found by working with a number of men over this sort of initial period of Truuman is that we're all shit at goal setting. So that's the whole purpose of this podcast, is to actually talk fundamentally about goal setting. So I'm going to do it. Like, that's the thing. So you want to find in that first month. Now, this may sound arbitrary and it may sound like easy and it may sound like something that you've already tried or something that you're thinking about doing or whatever it might be. Look at those 8 pillars. Set your goals. Just set them. They don't have to be thought about at this stage. This is day one, right? Set those goals and then look at those goals and simply set a habit forming activity that you can do daily, weekly, that sort of leads towards those goals. So friends, might be send a message once a week. It might be send a meme into the group chat, start something, try and organize something. Family, it might be go around and see your mum, it might be go around and see your dad, it might be hang out with your brother, sister, whatever it is. Set those sort of goals. Health, fitness, drink more water, X amount of steps a day, whatever, something small-ish that's a step up, one step up, not reaching for the moon, previous podcast, step up that starts to help form those habits that start to work towards those goals. So one of them might be saving. Another one that we get a lot is, say, 50,000, right? Again, arbitrary number pulled out of thin air. What are you going to do with 50,000? What do you need the 50,000 for? Why are you saving to that number? Same sort of questions. But in that scenario, it might be, right, I'm going to put £5 away a day, or I'm going to stop buying X amount of chocolate bars, or whatever it might be, right? Set those daily habits, those daily forming things. And then the next thing, and the most important thing of that whole month, is honest internal conversations. Write it down, speak into a room, speak into a mirror, speak into a video camera, speak in your head, however you're going to get it out there. But look at those specific goals and question them hard. Like, I'm guilty for it. Like, I want to earn £10,000 a month was very much my goal when I first set my business up in London, and we hit that goal, and then I was a bit like, well, now what? Because what do you do then? Like, so without this and without all the stuff that I've been through, who knows where that would have sort of led to in an alternate world. But you have to question it. So what is it that you're actually trying to get out of that pillar? And it's a hard thing for me to do. I think it's going to be a hard thing for a lot of men to do, because it's easier to hide behind a facade and I didn't reach that goal because it's too hard, or I was never going to be able to run a marathon, and I'm never going to get a decent relationship with my father again, or whatever the excuse might be. But it's, if you have those honest conversations with yourself, and potentially a partner or a friend or whoever that you feel comfortable having those conversations on different pillars, it might not be for all of them. You, at the end of that month, you will have created a really nice habit forming activity, a really nice change to your life that will put you in a better position mentally, physically, and potentially financially, depending on how you're focusing on it. And then you'll have the answers for those next 6 months, for that actual 6 months, because you will have thoroughly thought through what it is you want and why you want it. So that goal will have changed, and it should be like a really long, thought out, almost paragraph, rather than I want to earn £10,000 a month. It should be like, I would like to increase my salary from 3,300 a month to 4,400 a month. The reason that I want to increase by this much is that I want to do this activity, and I know this activity costs X. The way that I'm going to get from 3,300 to 4,400 is that I'm going to have a conversation with my boss about increasing my salary by £600 a month, based on the fact that I've achieved these and that I'm going to achieve this over the next 6 months. I'm then going to start selling toy cars on the internet because I have a box full of them in the loft that I know are worth a certain amount of money. That will help me hit or start to move towards the 4,400 a month that I need to earn in these next 6 months, so that I can do this activity, feel that I'm moving forward, and scratch an itch and progress in my career. Like, that is a completely different goal to, I want to earn 10 grand a month in 6 months. One is achievable, thought through, has metrics, has a time limit to it, and has a detailed plan into how it's going to work. Whereas I want to earn 10,000 a month because some guy with no hair on the internet told me that it's easy to do. So yeah, the decision's yours really at the end of the day. But you might go through all that and the goal might be the same. So you might say, I want to go to the gym 6 times a week because I want to get stronger, I want to get fitter, I want to get healthier, and I thoroughly enjoy it. You have that conversation with yourself. You go, well, do I enjoy the gym? Do I want to try a different sport? Well, have I thought about maybe boxing or rowing or just something random and niche? No, don't. I actually enjoy going to the gym. I go with my friend, blah, 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 blah. Bang. The goal stays the same. But you've confirmed that it is a goal that you actually want to achieve in 6 months, rather than someone else's goal that they wanted to achieve and they achieved and then tried to sell you on that's what you need. And the next stage to this is that puts you in a really nice position moving forward, right? Because once you have your own goals and your own set of challenges and your own essentially life again, because you're no longer focusing on other people and what they want out of life, you're focusing on what you want out of life, and what, rather than what you're being told you want out of life, you're going to be in a much better mindset. When someone says, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? You'll be able to mentalize it internally, or even rebuttal it properly, because you've now thought through what it is that you want and why you want it. Because those are different conversations to have with people. you're in a much different position. You have purpose and you have structure and you have actual goals rather than sort of floating through life, which a lot of people do and a lot of men do, is that finish school, get a job, get a girlfriend, get engaged, have a kid, get married, get a dog, have another kid, buy a car, go on holiday, kids have kids, and then all of a sudden you're 55 and you're like, what just happened there? You're in a completely different, stronger position as a man because you have full self-awareness and full self-control and full self-drive because it's all self sought after and all self-thought rather than being fed how you should live your life, why you should live your life, when you should live your life, who you should live your life with. These are all conversations that you're having with yourself that really put you in a stronger position. And moving forward after the 6 months and on to the next 6 months, the leaps and the growth and what you can achieve after that will be so much more. And who knows, those original goals that you were sort of fed and thought about and thought that they were actually what you want, they may come to fruition 6 months further down the line, a year further down the line, 2 years further down the line. Who knows? It's all depending on how you sort of move forward with those next things and reset your goals and recalibrate and continue to explore and continue to question. That for me is the biggest thing about this. Have goals, have aspiration, have visions, have dreams, work your ass off, do all of those things, but please make them your own. Just please, please, please make them your own. And the only way you're going to make them your own is by questioning them. So that is where I stand when it comes to goal setting. Be as ambitious as physically possible. There is absolutely nothing wrong with just being laser focused, laser driven, and just moving forward. Like, that is something that I really want to get across in this, because I feel that is missed when it comes to, you're either like for it, like, yeah, let's go and get this and let's go and do this, or you're sort of against it and it's this like weird, oh, well, men should be this now and men should do that. Wrong. That is not my viewpoint on it. My viewpoint on it is all of this is good. All of this is good. Only if it's what you want to do. And it's as simple as that. I can't really word it any other way. Just think before you do. Think before you talk. Think before you act. And think about thinking. Like, just take your time when it comes to goals, because a well thought out goal is going to be easier to achieve than some dross that you've been fed on the internet. So it's a really short one today because it's a really simple point. But thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one.